from, brother. I'm going to record it just in case. You never know, right?
Oh, you never know. That's right.
You never
Hey, listen,
know.
I liked Jacqueline's reaction. I like I like how the last time you can tell she wants it all perfect. You know,
Yeah, man. See,
right? Same
everybody
thing.
does.
Yeah, it's so cool to see that. And then today she's like, oh yeah, you know, she's got it, right? So,
It
it's
only,
so cool.
it didn't take very long to snap in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Man, this is awesome, dude. This is really cool. I think you're doing a great job and patiently enough.
Yeah, it's you know what? I'm just gonna put this one in easier for me. See if I change my headphone. Come on, where are you, buddy? Come on. Because I got you coming out of my speaker here. I'm going to do differently. Excuse me. There we go. I think I got that. And AirPods. There we go. Cool, man. Yeah. So yeah, this one is a little bit different. I thought it would be easier, like, because I'm spreading it out. But I got like 3-4 people responded from the last one with feedback, not bad feedback, just saying, there's a lot of work and I feel behind and this and that and blah, 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 which is why you weren't there for the beginning, were you, when I kind of referenced all that stuff?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you did all that. Yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah.
how you
So
got into it
I
and how
mean,
you're
that's the
spreading
reason
it
why.
out. Now we're gonna meet on Tuesday and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is the reason I talked about all that.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah. Makes sense.
I just, Michael was one of them, and he's like, I
Mhm.
really feel behind, and then people
Yeah.
like this, you got to experience people. And I'm like, dude, like, you have to understand, like, this is a beta program, and it's like, all this stuff. So I just basically repeated what I said to him in the email.
Yeah.
So it's all good
Yeah.
feedback.
No, it's
Even Jacqueline.
yeah, it's really good, man. And you're right. So I guess it seems like you're gonna be leaning towards having a couple of days or a day in between or a couple of days in between when you prepare this program. Remember we were talking about, you were like, should we do 3 days together or separate?
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like you're gonna just do that, man. And I think so far it's always the beginning, it seems like.
Always. And people, even Jacqueline said it, she goes, like, she mentioned a lot of cool things. I had about an hour conversation with her, and I transcribed it all.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know if you were there for that. I think, did I tell you that? Yeah.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
So it's, all of it. And she said a couple of really interesting things. One was, she goes, if I didn't trust you, like, I don't know if I would go through this process. And I'm like, that's not good. Like, that's not a good thing. But then I thought about it and I go, you know what? I got to be careful about, pivoting to what you said, with all respect, because you're right. I get it. And I understand that you need to trust me and all that. But at the same time, you have never done any copy at all. Like, this is totally brand new. You've never opened a copy book. You don't even know what copy means. So that's a complete, you're not the avatar, like, really. The avatar is somebody who's, I don't have to explain it to you, right, Eddie? So
Yeah.
I kind of took that in as a grain of salt, going, this is great, and I think I still have to address it. However, it doesn't scare me because you're not at where you should be. Like, I didn't say that to her like that, but she gets it.
Yeah.
She understands, right?
Yeah.
And I go, because if everybody thought that, then I couldn't sell this course. It's not good that you need to trust me, and then you come in, you're like, oh my God, right? I would be losing money. But I do have to address all the time at the beginning, and that's why, with all of these betas and all these things, all of these questions and walkthroughs, I can now package them up and put them into the first modules and say, just if you feel this, go watch this. And you're going to see this person had the same problem and that person had the same problem, and they all progressed, right? So,
I mean, you can even go, I'm sure you're doing this, that you're going to take a step further and put it in your copy, so that way you're not getting into those people the ones that are not right. And yeah, Yeah, it's good. It's good feedback, man. I mean, if you're getting this type of feedback like this, dude, it's amazing. It's
It
amazing.
is. Even when her feedback, even though she said that, is still, she said, this is an amazing process.
Hmm.
You can see the guys, commenting like
Hmm.
Mo. He's a dude. I have no idea who that dude is. Remember I told you that somebody got past the goalie?
Yeah, 100 and whatever. Yeah, yeah.
That's him. Like, I don't know
Mm,
how he found to
wow,
buy it. I don't
wow.
know if he had an old, link that went to the new. I don't know how he found it, but you can
Mm,
see
he
he
did.
seems like a heartfelt dude just like us, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's like, this is amazing. Thank you for this, like,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
everybody's getting it. Like, they're really
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. I like that. That is so important for your course. That you're not getting different reactions.
Yep,
Is you're getting the exact same reaction from different people, dude. That is a breakthrough.
I
You
know.
know?
And
Yeah.
the good thing is the same problems come up at the same point, and the same objections and the same
Mm-hmm.
feelings, which now
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly how to talk to it. So now when I do a
Exactly.
webinar or a training, I can say,
Mm.
to get people into the course, I'll be like, here's what these people felt, here's what happened,
Yeah.
and I know it.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's so
This
different, dude.
is,
This is the first time ever in my entire
yeah.
career ever that I have
Yeah.
ever done this process in terms of
Wow.
building a product now.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
to
Yeah.
understand and go through the painstaking process of,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm going to put people through, and because everybody wants to just sell their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, could you imagine that if I would have sold all these 30 people the product, and then all of a sudden I'm getting emails, dude, this is too long, I don't get it, what's going on? I'm like, it would have been a nightmare.
Nightmare. Nightmare. I mean, it's taking this much for you to get where you are with different reactions, emotional reactions. So, oh my goodness, it would have been awful.
And you see, the other thing is, and this is what I'm so glad I'm doing this, is when I teach other people how to build a course or something like this. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm actively reaching out to them, and hey, Jacqueline, can you jump on a conversation with me and let me know what's going on? Same as now with Michael, I'm going to email him and say, hey, dude, like, how did today go? Did you feel a little bit better? Like, what's happening? And maybe even
Mhm.
invite him onto a call again. So you see,
Mhm.
I'm like actively doing what everybody says you should do, or that you read in the books but you never do.
Mhm.
I'm going right back into the market and going, okay, dude, like, give me the feedback, like, what's happening, how do you feel,
Mhm.
right? And then
Mhm. That's right.
it's so fantastic. Like, I even asked
Yes.
Joanne, I asked her on the thing, and she was like blown away. Like, what she said in the
Mhm.
first session. I don't know if you were there for that. And she said she did the blueprint, and she brought that stuff over. Were you there for that?
No, actually, today was the time that I heard her more, where she said that it's her speaking is how she's getting that information.
So she validated not only the fact that you have to do research, but she also
Mhm.
validated that when you do the research, when you buy a program that shows you how to do it, you don't waste it. So she goes, I'm loving this because I did the blueprint and I did some research, and all I did was take what I already did, brought it over to this process, and now I'm just adding to it. She goes, I had a lot of it already done, thankfully, from the blueprint process. And I'm like, thank you for
Mm,
saying that. She goes, but this
wow.
process is even better because it's allowing me to go deeper and shit. And I go,
Wow.
so, I mean, you've just said two things that's really important. One is that the research, you've done it,
Mhm.
and you don't have to go hardcore anymore. You just kind of
Mhm.
add to it as you go,
Mhm.
right? And I go,
Mhm.
that's the most important thing.
Wow.
So, yeah, man,
Good.
I'm so stoked, man. I'm so stoked.
I'm so glad for you, man. This is so good for you. This is so good, and you know what? This is awesome too because it's actually activating your superpower. So you're getting all these questions right, like right there, you know, and you've got to make sure
Well,
that you
you
answer
left,
and you're learning.
like when you left, man, we did more, like on coaching for another hour or something like that, right?
Really? Wow,
And so I
cool.
helped. So Robin asked about we were talking about headlines or something like that. And I
Mhm.
actually reconstructed one of her things into a big idea headline. So I'm going to cut that out and
Nice,
show you guys, right?
nice.
But it was like right there on the spot. I don't know if it's like the best thing, but
Sure.
there's 4 people left, like Robin, whatever, Jacqueline
Yeah.
and, Joanne.
Mhm.
And I go, see what I'm saying, guys? And they were like loving it because they saw the construction of, oh, okay, I see how you created that big idea. And all I did was go into the copy of
Mhm.
all she wrote and go, why don't we take that and piece it together? So that's really going to not, so I'm glad I did that because now I've got this video that I'm
Mhm.
going to use in the course that's going to go,
Mhm.
here's an example that I'll show you how I did it with somebody else. Because instead of me
Yeah.
trying to explain it, like I'll
Yeah.
still do that.
Yeah.
But now I've got this asset, right? Going,
Yeah, man.
here's how we constructed somebody else's thing
That is so cool.
out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's such a
Dude.
great lesson like that. Not only is more belief about the process, but it's like they start seeing it. It's the same way that happened to me when after we've done those 2 sessions at least and got to the point where we were about to do the headline. Everything we have done is basically in here because the doc, he asked me, hey, can we do a little bit better with my funnel? I say, you know what? Let me go take a look at it. And so I go look, and the headline was literally it wasn't even a headline. It was almost like a statement that the doctor has said. It activated me for me to go. The first thing I did, because here I am, I've just learned what you're teaching. So my first reaction was, let me go see what his people are saying on his Facebook page. And he has a lot of testimonials. Dude, I I ran through them. Like I ran through them, right? And then I see something, I'm like, oh, this is cool, and oh, this is good, right? And then I have it right here, and then I'm reading through, and because I've seen it already from so many things that they kind of say the same, but in a different matter, I said, you know what? Let me see if I can put it together. And dude, I came up with, which is what is? Let me.
I'm so excited, bro. You've never
Dude,
talked about marketing copy like this ever.
I know. This is
And
so crazy.
you read copy books. Like you're into it,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. And
This
but
means
that's
a
what it
lot.
was. Listen, because the books and the programs, right? You know, I think they go so much on the big idea that they want you to become a writer, a copywriter. Dude, that's like not me, right?
Yeah.
But you can teach me to go and find and look. I'm always swiping. So you taught me how to do the swiping, right? Now I swipe and I came up with this headline. I want to show it to you. Give
Yeah,
me
you want
one
to, yeah,
second.
for sure. I want to see it.
Look at this. And again, this is after just him asking, and I'm trying to come up with something better. And hold on.
But at least it gets at least, so let me interrupt for a second. Like in my
Yeah.
mind, you're like, okay, at least it's not a blank page anymore. At least you put something down, right?
Exactly. So check it out. All right. Look, you can feel complete relief from nagging upper back or shoulder problems. This is what the person
Wow.
said. I felt complete relief from nagging upper back or shoulder problems
Oh my God,
without
dude.
over-the-counter medication. Like that's what they were saying. They kept saying without the pharmaceutical thing, without the medications. And someone has said exactly this without over-the-counter. I'm like,
That's a pretty
damn,
darn good headline, bro.
dude. And then what does he say? Like he's always talking about his comprehensive. Look, he says down here, comprehensive approach, right? And he's always talking about a comprehensive meeting. He makes it easy for them to understand. And then the people are keep saying, yeah, it was comprehensive. I understood it. He took the. I'm like, well, that's Dr. Dave's comprehensive treatment. That's how I ended it. You know,
Love
dude,
it.
this took me maybe 15 minutes, maybe 15. I'll say 20 just to be on the safe side, like 20 minutes for me to do this, to go, let me see, where is, can you see my whole screen or not?
Yes, I can. Well, no, I can see just the
Oh,
browser.
all right, well, check it out. Hold on, where are you? I got
I
to
can
show
see
you
the
this
whole the browser.
because what, stop sharing. All right, keep doing the, I guess it's the first desktop. Okay, check it out. So basically, I go, like right here. See,
I love it.
this
I
is
love
what I
it.
did, right? And guess what? I even did the color thing, dude. Like everything was in my head. I
I
even did
love
the
it.
color because I thought, oh shoot, I gotta make sure that I'm using this, right? And so here we go. See, complete upper back shoulder problem, right? And treatment. They kept saying treatment, right? And so I'm like, what in the name? See, treatment. So, comprehensive
Yeah,
treatment.
man. You see, this is
So
so great to see.
dude, it's awesome, man. So again, it was let me see. You got to see the reason why I got excited because check out what it was. Hopefully, you can still
Look at
see,
you
right?
with the Evernote, learning how to use it well. I
I
love
know,
it.
I know. So you gotta see what it was. Look at what it was. And this was me, okay? This is not even him. This was me. This is what I had before. Old headline. Look at this.
You see? Can you
This
see the difference already, bro?
huge, huge. And I did that because he said something, and that, and I'm like, okay, I can put this. Oh, dude, when I went back to look at it, that's why he didn't even tell me change the headline. No, he just said, hey, can you just add this one piece for, his medical thing, like, so he doesn't get in trouble as a doctor. When I saw the headline, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. That was after we had that meetup with you. And look, that's what I came up with.
See, right away, you know what I love about this headline, right? Like this is a really good headline because right away, it's like you're speaking directly to the person by saying you can feel complete relief. Bro, like the other one is like, here's how to get, like, I don't know, right? But now it's like
Yeah,
you can feel, huh? What can I feel? Complete relief from what? From nagging upper back and shoulder problems? Oh my God.
my
And then you
goodness.
even extend it without
Yeah,
over-the-counter medications?
yeah.
Bro,
That's,
like,
dude.
congratulations. You
Thank you,
know,
because
I am,
that is all you, bro. Seriously, it is because you taught me through your program,
you're
through your
welcome.
process, through your,
Thank you for saying that.
it's it. That was it.
That
So,
is,
and like,
I'm glad that you showed me both of those headlines because what you had in the other headline was a typical formula thingy. And it's not, this one is like, man, right to the point. Hopefully, can I share that little piece with somebody? With
oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Go for it. Listen to this. And that other one, see, this is another proof. That other one shows you the mindset that I have because of those programs that we've been through. You see that?
I do.
It's like we're trying to, how can you do this? Discover the only way. Find out what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got that in here. Or at least me, I have that in there. And so that was my struggle when we were going together, right? Everybody seems to have the same struggle. I was like, really? But this highlight, what, roll, like swipe and copy here, like it doesn't make sense because we're trying to be fancy. We're like, discover the 10 new ways that you're, you know.
Or just trying even just to fit it into the formulas that were taught
We
in the
know.
books. And some of them are
Yes.
okay, but we're just trying to
Yeah.
fit something into that box where this
Exactly.
is not, you didn't fit anything into the box. You just took what the market wanted, what they're feeling,
Bam.
and just threw it into a headline, and the headline kind of wrote itself. Am I right?
Exactly. Yes.
My God.
Yes. But Joey, the amazing thing to me, the impressive thing was that my brain was able to capture your program, your process. I was able to capture it like that.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing there is that your reticular activation. Now you know what to look for. Like when you went to his page, you were like, hey, I know what to kind of look for automatically. And you weren't even consciously thinking of that. You just kind of saw it and go, hey, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Because
Yes.
now you're aware of,
Yeah.
I know what to kind of capture. Is that right?
Exactly.
Man,
Exactly. And if you notice what I showed you, what I captured, it wasn't only but three
no,
testimonials.
no.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it was, I
Right?
saw that. It was like everything. And then you just kind of picked and cherry picked what you
Exactly.
wanted.
So we don't have pages and pages of. So again, this was my way to activate what I not only have learned, but practice it on him. And when I was shocked, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that's a good headline. You know, that's
It
probably
is a good,
reaction.
and imagine this, bro. Like, that took you 20 minutes, okay? And if you were
Yeah,
paid as a copywriter to write headlines, that's hundreds of dollars right there. Like
dude.
you could say, yeah, give me $250 and I'll write you a killer headline. And you do the exact process. You go to the person's page and you take all that stuff and you do what you did, and you can give them 5 different headlines. You can go, here's
Yeah,
5, do whatever you want with them,
yeah,
right? Dude,
yeah,
imagine that
yeah,
it would take you 20 minutes, or let's say even an hour. Even if it took you an hour to write the
yeah,
5 headlines, which probably
yeah.
wouldn't, you're
Right,
making $250 an hour, if not even more. Like,
dude.
just
It's
us looking at it from a perspective of getting paid,
but you know what
you
too?
right?
This right here. See that's good that you said that because the one thing that now I am in like I just had a call with a potential client, which unfortunately it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be working with them because see I'm looking. I told like I said, I told everybody the same thing. Let me check your stuff. Let me check. Well, I already had, do they have a website? I asked them the question, do you have email marketing? Like I already have those. But now, immediately, I was looking for the testimonials. Like, how many of those do you have? And where can I get them? Like, immediately. So when I talk to him again, if he tells me, oh, like, we don't have any, like, we don't do that, it's going to be so hard for me to tell them, oh my goodness, we can make this happen for you because now I know to do this, right?
Right, right.
But there's always, but the thing is, man, dude, there's so many ways to write headline, I guess, and to write copy. But I
Sure,
will
there is.
tell
Yeah,
you, dude, your method for me, it's by far
thank
amazing.
you. I
Yeah, man,
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
seriously,
Um,
it's so
it means a
cool.
lot, and that's why I know that when I said at the beginning of today's call, I go, I know this works. I do. I've proven it to you. I've proven it to so many other people, and I know the frustration. I know that as long as you can get past that initial frustration, push past the resistance of, oh, I hate doing research, or this highlighting thing I don't want to do. If you can just push yourself, just like working out, going to the gym, right? You just got to push past the pain a little bit for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and you'll start to see the muscle, right? That's all we're doing. And then you'll get it. You'll get the results. And so I'm so glad that you're sharing all this stuff with me, because it's just validating. Like, it's
Yeah,
validating the process. And even today with Jacqueline, she was frustrated. Like, she has
yeah.
80 pages and she didn't know what to do with it. Look
Yeah.
at her today. She filled out that document like freaking gangbusters.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
this is amazing.
It's
Just
amazing.
imagine
And
how the next process is going to feel for her, right?
exactly, and that's what what's amazing that she did that. But you know what? Her attitude was like again, it was that light bulb. It's like, oh, like, oh, okay, right? You know, it's so cool. That's
Yeah,
that's a change. That's a change. That's a
that's a
transformation.
transformation, man.
That's a breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah,
breakthrough
you're right.
because
It's total.
it's so breakthrough. Because if she was still like this, but yet let's move on to the next. No, she's like, oh, now she's almost saying like she. I feel like even me, I did the same thing. It's like I let go of the pedal. It's like okay, let me break and let me wait for Joey to tell me when to go.
I remember, like, the biggest breakthrough that I saw in you was when we actually started to write the draft piece, and we started moving from the avatar dream conversation over, and your eyes lit up going, oh my God, just change it from I to you. Remember
Yeah.
when they were saying I feel,
Yes.
and then we just, do you ever feel, and you're like,
Yes.
oh my God, like that breakthrough for you. I saw it happening. I'm like,
I know. Well,
Man,
and when and again, make sure if you're gonna use this, use the part
I'm only going to use the
that
small little part of the headline thingy, just that little piece.
you should. I would like if whoever if you're gonna use it for the team, I think this will be a great example because you know the swipe that I did.
Yep.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is like everything is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
everything was there. So I just did the same method, right? But
Yeah.
if I had not, if I had not known this, all I would see was a bunch of testimonials, and I will be trying to come up in my head how I can word it.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
So
See, like that's what you did. So you understand the process of not prejudging what you're grabbing first, or trying to make it right when you're grabbing stuff. You're just like, whatever, I'll just see what happens
right,
later.
yeah, exactly.
This all looks good. Let me just grab it.
Yeah,
Right.
because look, see, like I'm looking at it right now. Because see, what I did was I read everything, but then I see, I did the nagging thing.
Why don't
See,
you highlight that? How come? I'm curious. Why didn't you highlight that? I guess you just
oh,
started.
because I just saw it. When I
Yeah. Okay.
saw it, I just like see, like I started writing it. Like I just saw it.
Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah.
So like I did that, and then I saw prescription, but then I'm like over the counter, and I have seen that in other ones that I didn't even copy and swipe.
Holy
And
crap,
then
man.
it's right there. And then I kept reading from everybody, including the ones that I have. Look, treatment here, and it was treatment up here too. See, treatments. So I'm using that too. So you see what I'm saying?
Dude,
Everything
like,
is from here. I only added Dr. Dave's um, uh, um, uh, comprehensive. That's basically all I added.
dude, like, this is a true testimony of when I say that they literally write the copy for you.
Absolutely, man. And that's why I was so psyched up. Like literally after I read the headline, I'm thinking that is a good headline. But then I'm feeling like, wait a minute, I just did this, what Joey has taught me, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, wow, your thing works.
That's so
You
great,
know what I'm
man.
saying? So yeah, man. Anyway, so it's exciting, dude. It's exciting that what you do is. That's why I'm so excited for you, and I know this is it. So this is it. If we
This
ever said
is.
before that this was it, no, this is it. Like this is it.
You can see the writing on the wall, can't you?
I mean, there is no doubt in my mind, no question. Like, so
You see,
you
that
better
makes me feel
succeed with
great.
this stuff. Yeah.
I've never felt like you're right, and I've
Oh,
never ever felt
hold,
ever that
hold that,
if
Joey.
I put somebody into a program that I can promise them results.
Right. Joey, hold on.
Yeah.
So what you can do? Yeah, this is my. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do it right now. Okay. Yeah, tell her it's done. If it's in the cart, tell her it's done. Yeah, right. Oh, Joey, Misty just said hello. He hears you.
Hi, Joey.
I
It's like she just came out of the shower, so she doesn't want to be in front of the
I'll just wave and you wave for me.
camera. He said just wait.
Hey, listen, I don't mind I don't mind her coming out of the shower.
You don't mind, he said.
I won't be offended.
Yeah, tell her. I got it right here. I'm doing it right now. It's like, so I got, because Misty's very afraid of technology and of paying online.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped her because she's screaming out there. Yeah, she's not afraid that I stopped her, but I stopped her because she's doubting herself. You know, what credit card should I do it in? And so I'm taking over everything. You know, so you put it in the car, I'll order. You
I
tell
see.
me the website, I'll go check it out first. You know,
I
because
see.
she has no idea where because it could be a website in China and she won't even know, right?
I
So,
see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, I'm
You
sorry,
know,
dude, but
it's
this was,
okay.
yeah, I guess it's
It's okay.
interesting. So, so what were you saying, man? So the way you felt?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've never, in all the courses that I've done, I've never felt that if you just, if you just come with me for 4 days or a couple of hours, I know that you'll get this result. I've never felt 100% that I could do that. Now I do.
Oh my goodness.
If like anybody, if you follow this thing with me
Exactly.
for this amount of time or go through the course and do the steps, you will get this result.
Oh, yes.
I am totally on
Yep.
board with that because I know it will work. Because I'm not
Yep.
promising, you saw that, I'm not promising you're going to become a copywriter or make money or anything like that. But you know, I've got to nail, I got to kind of tune in exactly what the promise is, because I said it today in a couple of different ways. But it's like, here's what you're going to know. And I've already written certain things out. Like, you know, all my clients don't want to be copywriters. I'm sure you don't want to be a copywriter. You probably don't want to learn copy. You just want to
Yep.
write some cool words that influence and persuade people to buy. You know,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
the real truths.
Yeah.
And I can help you do that. I
Yeah.
just did it with you. Just proved it. You just said it. Like, if you wanted to
Exactly.
write a headline that sells, you know,
I
20
This, that
minutes,
there's the proof. Exactly.
20
There's the proof.
minutes.
And and if anything, it was because it just it was like you said that it was somewhere in my conscious, I guess, that
It's the
everything just
reticular
clicked.
activator. Like, you've
Right.
activated now what to look for. It's kind of like the same thing as when you want to go buy a car and you're looking for a yellow beetle. Now you see
Okay,
yellow
that
beetles all over the
and
place.
that and because it's a simple process, it was easy to just swipe, copy, paste, and then make it like like a headline. I mean, really, dude, how simple is that?
I know. Well, even if, okay, so you know, look at it this way, Eddie. If I would have said, or anybody would have said, oh, just copy from, you know, forums and stuff, and then make your headline. That's exactly what you just did, right?
Exactly.
But if I would have
Exactly.
told you that, you would have been like,
Oh,
what?
like this is
Like
so good,
what?
right? I'll be
Yeah, it's
lost.
like, okay, I get it, I understand it, but I don't know how to. So
But that's exactly what there was who was it who taught that? This is the same thing. I remember hearing that. I remember hearing, oh, all you got to do is get a bunch of swipe everything and then come up with a headline, something like
right,
that. I remember someone had said in that program that.
almost
As a matter
every
of fact,
program says it,
okay, yeah. And
right?
then I remember also that there was even programs where you can enter the information and they'll create your headline for you. But that still doesn't even doesn't help. It doesn't help. It's like they don't teach you the swipe. So you either
Yeah.
get here, have a headline, just enter what you think, or here, go swipe and come up with a headline. But
Even if you said, so go back to your headline for a second.
yeah, oh, sure, yeah, here we go. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now just underneath that headline, just type in, let's do a framework for a second and watch how fast you can fill this out. Okay. So just do another, and you can delete this after. Okay. So let me think here. How to, then type exactly what I'm saying. Okay. How to get big result without this bad pain. Okay. Now let's fill it in. How to,
Okay.
what's the big result they
Okay.
want?
So what's the big result? Okay. So how to? Let me just fill it in. With
Well, you've already written it basically. Yeah. So
yeah,
how
I
to feel
already have.
complete result, right? You see
Yep.
how I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. There it is.
How to feel complete relief from nagging back shoulder pains without over-the-counter medications. See? So that's a formula. If you would have had it already, it would have said how to X without Y. You've
Now
heard that
why?
many, many times.
Oh yes, yes I
So there
did.
it is. Now
There it
you
is.
just, So there, you've just filled out a formula in seconds, how to X without Y.
Yes. That's awesome.
Or,
Yeah.
right, so the other one is, okay, here's another one. Cross that one out, and let's do another one, and I'll show you how this works. If X,
Then Y.
then Y.
Yeah. So that means if you can fill complete blah 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 blah, then no, then Y. No, wait, now I'm confused.
Yeah,
If
so now you got to
X,
mess, because I didn't want, yeah.
yeah.
So
So
if Y, if X is the problem, if
X is the
X,
problem, right?
that's not the problem.
X is not the problem.
X is the problem, but you didn't put the problem down. If you feel, if you have nagging back or shoulder problems,
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what I did. I put
right?
the
If you have nagging upper back and shoulder problems, right? Then you can feel complete relief, right?
There you go. There you go.
Without
my
medications.
goodness. Wow.
Dude, you see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Using Dr. Dave's from Dr. Dave's compressive treatments.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, dude?
I see what you're saying.
Now
See?
we just,
Yeah, you're right. That is it. So what are you, Joey? You're the one who connects the dots. I mean, like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like that is it. That is what they been wanting me to do before doing this, right? And before doing the
yeah,
this.
it's all because of you. It's all because of you going back to that avatar and then writing a headline and then using that and then saying, okay, well, what about all these other formulas? And now you can write, 20 different versions of a headline using the exact same promise and pain.
So that is awesome, dude. So now I can go back and go look at those formulas that they gave us for headline, and I already have the fill in the blank.
Right. That's right. And it's all due to you because you found the hidden pains and relief and desire. Mm-hmm. And now those headlines are like easy. You see? And you can even test all of those different on all these pages. You could, you could start off.
I'm gonna go and find some other ones, and I'm gonna start just messing around.
So check it out. Go. You have my document, don't you? My cheat document.
Which one?
Remember I gave you that from the class?
Which one? I don't know. I have so many. You
should have Joey's cheat sheet.
Where would that be?
Wherever it is on your Google Drive. Do you have
Google Drive?
Where is it here?
At the class material.
Go to class material because you can make another copy of it.
Okay, so
it's the bonuses.
Okay, so yeah, it's in the class material page. Right down
here, so go down to bonus cheats and guides.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't even gotten to that.
Oh, okay. So you're going to see that there's headline formulas in there. Let's grab a couple and just mess with it and see what happens.
Okay.
So just click on where it says, did I not update that? How to headline starters, right? You got that.
Is this updated?
Yeah. There's headline formula. See right there? It says headline. Right, yeah, scroll down right there. So how to X without Y, if X then Y, what to do when, if, so there you go, try that one. What to do
Let's do this
when.
Yeah. So what to do when, if, X.
Or it's like what to do if or what to do when. So what to do if you have nagging, all you gotta do is put it right in front of it. What to do. if you have nagging upper back and shoulder problems, right? That's it.
Dude, that is so cool. That's a good. That's it.
See, and that's like the pre-head, man.
How to X. I did that one.
So look at the. Let's look at the model. Look, it's.
Look,
I'll
right
put
here. X mistakes. Hold on. X mistakes. Let's do that. So let's see. So the problem is nagging upper back and shoulder problem.
Yeah, or three mistakes most clinics miss, or three mistakes. You know, and I don't know if you could say that, but it would be something like that, like three mistakes. You know, chiropractors miss when you have nagging upper back shoulder problems.
That too.
Right? That's what it means.
That's what that means? Okay.
Or big mistakes,
So
big mistakes, right? Type of thing. Chiropractors, you know, or, you know, amateur chiropractors, or, you know, anything like that, miss. Yep. Go back to the headlines and let's look at the models, and you can have some fun with that. So how I forget that, how to burn, what will you do? There you go, right there. What will you do with your first million? Let's look at that.
Oh, what will you do? When you feel complete relief from
right.
the shoulders, blah blah blah.
Right, exactly.
See, that's easy. You know, it's like this is easy now. This is easy and fun because I've got the same information for all of them.
Yeah, you just spin it. You just spin it, man.
Yeah. How to do that? How I improve my memory.
Those are the more of the how I's. You don't really need those. Like, or it could be about him. How I relieved nagging upper back shoulder problems for millions of people, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then so what, instead of the what would, just let me change that one thing, go down to the last one. It's what will you do, not would. It's like what will you do. So will is future pacing.
Okay. What will you do? Yeah.
And you'd even have to add to that without over the counter medication.
Yes.
Right. And you don't even have to mention Dr. Days, right? So now it's like, now you've got this question, and then if you put that out into the market, they can't ignore a question. They're like, wait, what will I do? Huh? What is this all about? That's a freaking great headline right there.
This is a great startup for a post, dude. This is for a great post or an ad right here.
Yeah. And that's just the beginning, man.
Yeah. You see what you've done now? You've got me excited about going out and seeing what people are saying about my clients, taking that information, and then basically saying, hey, check it out. I've got this for you. Let's test it out.
It's brilliant, man.
Seriously, you see?
And it's like, that's all it is just taking the data from the market and just inserting it into all of the models of headlines. So I'm going to update that document and give you guys more. So we can even show them this process too that we just did, and just go, look how we filled all these in just by stealing the model and filling it in, just redoing it. You know, dude, man.
You've done it. I'm just saying, you've done it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
To be part of that too.
Yeah, it was a big.
I was there.
Holy crap, man.
Dude, wow, this is awesome, man. Awesome.
So what about your clients? Are you getting more clients now?
Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna get this next one. It's just I need to have a second conversation. This is when I give them what I found and the plan, my strategy, like what's the next steps. And yeah, he feels that he wants to pay me to get it done. I'm doing the same exact thing that I've been doing the other.
Yeah.
So it's interesting though right now. Businesses like his is another gym actually, but they're this one is going to be very interesting because if I go for it, if he allows me to help him out, this will be one that waited too long. You know what I'm saying? Like he waited too long. And at least 3 months behind. He's 3 months behind. So we're going to see and kind of like position him. That's why I want to do what I'm doing now is position people to actually succeed through this times, this troubled times. So that way, when this is over, they still have an expansion of their business online. And so we're going to see. I'll let you know if it goes through, man.
Well, see, like this is where, even the power of you looking now at a client and determining whether or not it's going to be easy for you without you saying it to them, right? Going, okay, well, this is going to be simple for me to do this. They don't know that any different. And you make a decision based on that and you look like a genius, right? And that's the secret. Like, that's just how do you get better business and great testimonials and all the other stuff, right?
There you go.
I had a client yesterday, or a potential client yesterday, who, and it's kind of funny because I prejudged again, right? Because I got this person who sent in this form, and I always ask the questions like, do you want to coach, or how much do you have for coaching, and and whatever. It's like, are you ready to move right now? And she answered them like briefly, like, well, $300 a month, and no, I'm not ready to go. And then I'm like, is there anything else I should know? And she's like, well, I found you in Kajabi group and you seem really nice and really know what you're talking about, and just wanted to talk to you. So I'm figuring it's just like pick my brain type of thing. But turns out she's like amazing. She's like a yoga, not a yoga, it's a meditation teacher, like a major meditation thing. Super, super awesome person, like calm and well-spoken and right, knows her stuff. And now he's a potential client. Tomorrow we're talking about the price. She doesn't know yet, but we went through the 3 steps, like the triage. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I can help you.
What's that price? Like what
It'll be $5,900.
Okay, so you're okay. So that's the one that you say have later.
Yeah. So and she knows, and like I've already pre-sold where the expectations. She's all good. Don't expect it overnight. All that stuff. So I'm like, okay. So the only thing now is she going to take the $5,900, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a little, I'm always scared when I do that, but I'm like, you know what? It's worth it. Like, you're making, she makes like, $100,000 a year or something. You can afford $6,000, man, for what I'm going to give you. And all it's going to take is for her, she needs 6 customers, because she sells it for $1,000, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
For me to pay for me. Yep. Right. And I'm like, if I can't get you 6 customers, I ain't worth, so we'll see tomorrow how it goes. So wish me luck on that one.
Oh, it'll go.
But that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Great. And the thing is, here's the thing, right? She found me through Kajabi, which is how everybody usually finds me, that or PLF. And then she went to my site, because I always ask the question, like, why me? Right? That's the first triage question.
Sure.
Why me? Why now? Why me? And she's like, well, because of this, and you seem so great. And she goes, I went to your website and I saw that all the testimonials on your site from all the people. And what I really liked is that you individualize for everybody. Like, you're not just so everything that I'm promoting is now coming back to me. Right. And she's like, I really like the way, because, I've been through coaches and all these things, and all they want me to do is this one thing all the time. And they don't listen to me. Right. And that's what I promote. I listen to what you want, and we create something specific for you. Yes, we might use and model some other things, but it's never the same for everybody, and it's only for you, right? And so she loved that. So, you know, and the funny thing is, yesterday's call, the strategy call, always starts out with, again, the same questions, right? It's like, why now? Why me? And they always answer the same thing because I say it right at the top, like, why me? And she's like, well, why you? Well, maybe you, because I'm not sure yet. They're always like, because they think they're committing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they think they're committing. And they always say, well, we'll see. And, da-da-da. And I go, okay, cool. And then by the end, 50 minutes later, I'm like, okay, so here's the things I think we should work on together. What do you think? She's like, yeah, I'm loving this. This is what we should do. Already, she's like, we, right?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And she's like, what I think we should do is, when we do this, when we get that. And now we're already a partnership, right?
Yeah.
It works so well.
Yeah.
So the only now hurdle is, here's the money, and
that's
so.
Hey, Joy, how far apart do you do the first pay and then the last pay?
The triage call?
No, the payment when they pay you first half.
Oh, so I don't know yet. So I've never done that yet.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, okay.
No. So what I'm trying, like I've mentioned it, but nobody's, the people that whatever, they haven't taken it up on it. They either paid me the 59 full. So that's that's always in my back pocket. So tomorrow I'll tell her it's $5,900, and if she like squabbles and stuff, then I'll just backpedal and say, is there any, is that a problem, or is money, whatever. And she might go, well, she says it's a little bit much, or that's when I'll pull it back out and say, listen, you know what, why don't we do this, right? So it'll probably, in her case, in every case, I would do it right now. I would probably say to her, like I'd like to try it on a 30-day process, going, listen, why don't you pay, the 59, the 3,000 up front, and then in 30 days we'll revisit this, and you tell me how you feel. And if you want to continue and you think as though I'm giving you value, then you owe me the next 2,900. And if not, then you don't owe me anything. Now, as a matter of fact, I might even do it for 60 days to prove to her, right? And the longest I would go would be, because the way Giovanni said it was this. It was like, give me $3,000 now, and when you get the results at the end, you pay me. So that's a big risk. Yeah. So for her, building out what she wants to do is like going to be a year. So there's no way I'm going to wait a year for that. Right. Now, giving her 90 days, that's still a pretty darn good risk for both of us. For me, and easy for her, because she's going to get like 90 days of me working with her, right? Over 12 hours. And it's like, so it'll be like this, either, that's how I'm going to say it now that I'm thinking out loud. It'll be, in my case, because I do retainers, 12 hours. So it'll be, look, 3,000 now, whichever comes first, 90 days or 12 hours. That's when we'll revisit this, and you either pay me or you don't owe me anything.
That's it. That fits you perfect. That means that you ran out of time, or 90 days, whichever comes first. That's excellent.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's it. Do that.
Because this way, like, I'm still getting paid $250 an hour, even if we go all the way through 12 hours.
Right. It's
still damn good money. Like it's like lawyer money, right?
Yeah.
So in this way, it's like, okay, if I haven't proven myself in 90 days or 12 hours to you, then you can make a choice and you don't owe me anything. I think that's an excellent offer.
Yeah. And then so you, in your conversation, right, you already have an idea that yes, you can help her.
Yeah.
Or did you, okay, so that you asked her, she showed you everything, right?
Yeah. I even said, here's the brilliance. This is when the conversation turned. I keep doing this without knowing I'm doing it, And I keep telling you now that as I look back at the conversation, so at the end of the conversation, again, I'm going, so I have my thing right here, like on my sheet, like on my little prompts and everything. So at the end, I said, basically, so my other thing for prescribing, can you see that?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So could we,
Yep.
do you think, right? So yeah, I'm going, so listen, do you think that we should build, some custom audiences in Facebook, and you go on Facebook Lives and build? Yeah, I think we can do that. So this is where I'm bonding. See how I'm using the language? She's going, yeah, that's great, and everything else. And then I said something like, how does this sit with you? And she says, whatever. And she goes, and no, where was it here? She said something around this. If there's this other one, or I ask, let me see, how can you help me? And I ask, like, this is causing you the problem, right? So I asked the problem, and then I think she said something like, you know what? She goes, I know what to do. Like, I already know what to do. Like, I do. It's the funny thing is, I do this content marketing and everything else for this other meditation guy, like this other teacher. And she goes, I've got like 10 months of content done, and everything's run and all that stuff, and it's all ready to go. And I write emails because she doesn't write to her email list, doesn't nurture, doesn't do anything, right? And she goes, it's funny because I do it all for this other dude. And then here's Joey. I go, so why the hell do you need me? Like, why don't you just model exactly what you're doing for that guy for yourself? You don't need me, right? The takeaway.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, no. She goes, I need someone to be accountable for. That's the reason I need somebody to help. I talked to my husband. We agree that I need somebody to help me, to push me. She goes, I know what to do. And that's why I said to you, when you're answering, can you help her? I go, yeah, to me it's easy because she already knows what to do. I'm just going to go, okay, can I look at because she goes, can I show you the plan that I've got my other doctor to see? I'm like, yeah, we go through that plan. What do you think I'm going to do, man? I'm going to look at the plan. And I'm gonna spoon feed it back to her, right? I'm gonna go do this. Okay, got it, right?
Wow, that's so wow. And she talked to her husband. Come on.
Yeah, she talked to her husband. She's like, yeah, because I was asking her everything, like, how much do you make? What's going? And I forget it. And she goes, it was funny yesterday on the first call. My husband was in the other room and he was listening to me, and I forget the question we were talking about. I think it was about money. Or no, yeah, she wants to make $700,000. Okay. So she goes, that's funny, because I asked her the question again. I go, okay, well, from what you told me, you want to make $700,000. That's going to be 700 people that we need. She goes, yeah, it's funny you say that because when my husband was listening, he just happened to be hearing me, and he goes, did I hear you say to Joey you wanted to make $700,000, right? And she goes, yep. She goes, if I'm going to invest in all this thing, it better be worth it, right? Right, to make the money from the business. Yeah. And I go, it's good, and it's all good. So
wow, yeah,
dude, she wants to make $700,000, dude. Dude, I'm like a 0.1% of that paying me.
Oh yes, you are. That's right.
Right. I'm like
comparison.
I'm not even 10%. Like,
no, you're so cheap, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you should increase your.
Holy crap!
Frank did this too. I said, Frank? See how now all over the place, because I haven't watched them in so long time. But it was something like this. He said that he's charging. It looks like a lot, but in comparison to his clients, how much they're making is so cheap.
That's why this is, I'm getting better at this, because this is my biggest block, right? Asking for lots of money up front, and it's a big chunk of money, but it's stepping in and going, I'm worth it. Yeah. Second of all, and how to do that sales thing that Frank is doing, or comparison, in a really cool way, just in a cool way, right? Right. So I've gotten really good at doing so listen, like, how much is your customer worth? Okay, $700,000. So that means that I only need to get you 6 people. Like, normally when I tried all this before, it sounded like I was reading a script. It would sound like I'm going, okay, I'm doing like the Grant Cardone scripty thing, and it didn't feel natural. But now it's true. I just go, okay, well, that means you only need 6 people, and man, I got to be able to get you 6 people, or I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then if she's like still resisting, that's when I can throw in. I go, listen, why don't we do this? Because we're in this together. You pay me the 3,000, and then give her the thing. Go, and I'll
Yeah.
prove my worth to you. You're not going to get
Yeah.
6 people in 90 days. Maybe you will,
Right. Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that you'll see the progress, and at that point you can
Yes.
make a decision. I think that's an awesome sell.
That yeah, you said it. It's the 12 hours or the 90 days. I think that's fine. That's even if you said 60 days, that would be still amazing. So you decide on that one. And why I'm asking you this, Joey, is because I'm at that point right now where
Yep.
The first client who I did the 3 month, like pay me now and pay me on the third month. I didn't do it at the end of the third month. I said it on the third month. You know, if you like
The
what I've
beginning.
done, the beginning of the third month, right?
Okay, that's good.
So right. So I said, you know, once if you like what I've done, if you're good, then pay me then. If not, it's all good. But what I'm learning right now is that they already got like the results that they want. See, this is my stepping stone, my steps to go up, to almost confirming what I know works with them. You know?
That's
So,
right.
right, because was what I did with them already, like immediately the first month so far, in the first month, it was because they were based on what they wanted. They wanted like you. They wanted a coach to keep them accountable. So in the first month, they've already got people coming in. I think the last week I heard that they have 5 people take the voucher offer
Yep.
to go and visit. They walked in with that voucher to visit them, right? What I did at the beginning, I never said, this is how many people you're going to get, nor did they hire me for that. They just hired me to look at their whole plan, to bring it together, to bring them together. They named it, they called me, you can be the quarterback, they said. That's how they said it. So immediately, right, what we've learned, like how can I get them results quickly? So the first thing I saw was that they didn't have this offer. They were asking money for a 2-week offer, which was $59, but they didn't have a free offer. That's when I stepped in. Immediately, I told them, I said, listen, this is what I see. Let's test it out. Why don't you guys do, I told them, I said, do 3 days for $0. I said, don't say free, don't say complimentary, and make it a voucher. I said, and here is the emails that I give them the emails.
So what did you say? What did you say to say?
I said 3 days for $0. 3 days.
How about pay nothing?
Well, so I did that because they were hesitant to not charge. Figure, are you serious? Because they felt like the 2 weeks for $59 was what they wanted to offer. So I just dropped in that, you know, without saying make it free or take us for a ride or a test ride. I basically went $0 because I wanted them to think, okay, you know,
okay, it's cool.
This is dollars, right? This is still dollars, you know. So that was
my
psychology,
you know,
behind it.
You can even say like pay $0 for 3 days.
Exactly. I mean, that was my psychology behind it. Like I didn't want them, and I told them, I said, I don't want you to say free. I don't want you, you know, so that way, easy in. However, they took me up on that. They were like,
love it.
That's a great idea. I said, use it. When they used it, I told them where to put it. I said, add this to these emails and let's see what happens. Then I said, by the way, remember I said that $59 2-week plan that you have, that you're asking $15? I said, don't move that. I said, leave it on the website because here is my next thing. Because I had told them that already. Then I said this, I said afterwards that they did it, I said, how about this, guys? Are you guys open to give a really special deal for someone who wants to take you up on this 2 weeks? And they're like, wow, what do you think? I said, look, even if you drop this to 50% instead of 59, just 50% of that, but only to those who have gone through this process of signing up, would you consider that? They were like, oh yeah. So they came back and they're like, okay, yeah, we like that. Let's make it $29. I said, that's perfect because it was 59. I'm like, 29 bucks. That's perfect. I said, and then I told them this. I said, use the 3 day $0 and immediately, right, the offer right away, show something up that they can take you up for a 2 week trial for 29 bucks. And then tell them that this is the only time they're going to see it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how
Yeah.
that,
So
this is the
you're
recent
doing
one.
the upsell thing, the scarcity
Exactly.
upsell.
But you
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So I have never told them how much they're going to have or all the results, but they're paying me to give them this info. So
That's a
far,
consultant, bro. That's what I
yes,
do.
yeah, so far they love it. They are working with me. They are asking me, is this right? Is this good? You know, and every day I send an email just to check on them, right? And when we come together, they're like right there. I like it. It's a teamwork. So they're
Yeah.
already what they've paid. That's for them is so cheap now because they already see the results. By the time the next time comes, which is actually just at the end of this month, it's like okay, and then we're supposed to talk about what we do next. But I'm learning. So my next thing, I told you that whole story because I didn't even know that was going to happen, but it's happening already.
But you see,
And
you're
so my
learning.
next, yeah, I'm learning that process. I'm learning the process. But my next clients or my next people who are interested, I already have upped the amount,
Love it.
and yeah, like already. Um, and then I'm going to the reason why I was asking you about how long do we do it in between the first name and the last, because I decided I'm going to go after this two months, but I'm going to do the first month or maybe 45 days into it and then pay me the second time instead of waiting 3 months. That way, I can always increase and no problem. It's like easy.
Yeah, that's what this is about. Is really about increasing your prices, but keeping what you originally would have made anyway without increasing the price. That's what remember
Exactly.
I started at $3,000.
Yep.
So this is just me going, okay, I'm going to increase it now. Eventually, it's going to be a $10,000 investment, right?
Yep.
And it'll
Yep.
be okay. Well, here's it is. You pay me for a 45 or 49 or $5,000 now, and here's
Yep.
right because I keep on getting results for people.
Yep.
Um, and then that's what you pay.
And that's
So
it.
I think, yeah, this
So
is the best way to do it, and good for you. Like, the more you could document the process and not only see, like you're moving into the consultant part, which is what I do. That's why I get paid to think, and you're getting paid
yes,
down to think rather than, remember I told you with Jillian, they wanted
right,
somebody to actually do it, and I can do
right,
all
right,
that.
right.
But they just want to pay somebody to do that,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't have any control over speaking about you in term and strategizing and all that.
Mhm.
Forget it.
Yeah. Oh, and I did glance through everything. By the way, I haven't heard from them back. So
You won't hear if you haven't heard
yeah,
back. You won't hear back from them.
yeah, exactly. And like I remember my reaction was like, oh, maybe not, and we still wanted to see, right? But I even took the time, just like 5 minutes, looking at their stuff. You're right. I mean, you showed me the landing page, but then I went and looked at their Facebook, and then on their Facebook, they were promoting the YouTube. YouTube hasn't been active since like 3 or 4 years.
Holy shit! I didn't
Face,
even know that.
oh yeah, Facebook has been active, but only like a month ago, and they've only done a couple or maybe 3 lives. And on the YouTube, there is a totally different format that they created or had created. And then I went and clicked on buying the program. Well, the video on the program is talking about a totally different program compared to what they're selling.
Oh my god, you went
And
further than me. See?
listen, get this, the testimonials. I mean, you didn't have to be a genius to know that this lady is reading and she's doing this. She's doing the
No,
reading.
no, no.
And I said, okay, I mean, immediately I'm like, this is going to be a lot of work. And plus, that what they wanted, right? They want to get more sales. Dude, they have to change everything and go
Yeah, I
actively do it.
know.
Because that's what I thought they were doing.
I
I thought
know.
that when I saw the Facebook, I'm thinking, oh, they're doing Facebook Live. And I saw them, but then I noticed the dates. It's like a month or so ago. And YouTube, like years ago, months ago, like years. I think it
Yeah,
was
dude, I know. That's
2015
why
or
I said
something.
to them, you need coaching. You know, when I did it with Pierre,
Yeah.
we had to build all these things up and get, you know, active and blah blah blah. It's all where I don't need coaching. Because she probably, like I said, she talked to Monica probably, and she's like, you know, business marketing or the business stuff, we don't need it. We just need sales. Fine, you know.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and I go, because I said to them, it's going to cost you $700 to $1,500 a month, even just for a Facebook dude, right? And
Mhm.
then I thought about it and going, fuck, if they paid me what I wanted, I'm cheaper. I'm only $500
Oh
like a
my
month if you wanted
goodness.
to do it monthly. I'm
Yeah.
cheaper. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. Like I don't
Yeah.
even want to deal with it.
But see, this was good though, because, it did actually, in a way, I just want to see what the response was, if any, because, I really, my thing is this. Like I'm doing a little bit of the boosting, and I've done a lot of testing with the Facebook with the doc. That's he's giving me his money basically to play with it, and he's cool with that. And I'm learning, but as I'm doing that, dude, it's like I'm like, yeah, that's not me.
Right.
I rather be doing this. How can I make your brand look better? You look better. Do all this stuff than
See?
trying to get leads for freaking testing and testing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
not
see
me.
that this is about the blueprint. If you go back to the blueprint and it's like, who's your dream customer? What are the qualifications you want to
Yeah,
do? These are
yeah,
all down qualifications. So if
that's
somebody
right.
says, I just want you to do this, you're like, nope. Right away, you're like, I'm not going to do that. Same as what I just did with her. Like, you know what? I could do it for you, but only if it's in with this huge package and all this, like, or else I'm not
Yeah,
doing it. I don't care what you want to
exactly.
pay. Like, it's,
Yeah,
you know, because even if she
and
would have
so
said, I'll pay you $1,000 a month to run my ads, I would have said,
yeah,
because
and you know what? That's another thing. So because I don't know about this kind, like there's a little bit of work that needs to get done. So that's why I'm gonna hear him say, hey, I'm because I told him I basically